What is up, lads, and welcome back to another option file tutorial. This time we're taking a look at V2, and we're going to go through this a little bit quicker than the first V1 option file tutorial installation guide. So check that out if you haven't already. But this one is pretty much going to just cover if you're importing V2 and you've already imported V1. So pretty much what we're going to do, the first step, is to just go into your game, go into edit mode that you've been using V1 on all the time, go into edit mode itself. And pretty much what we're going to be doing is deleting every single image that is in V1 and deleting all the images folder by folder. So starting with strip L, strip S, team emblems, all the way down to sponsor logo images, we're going to delete everything. So pretty much delete everything that you see here, delete all images, and let that go through its process that it will do here, as you can see here, deleting the data. So what this does is pretty much, with another step we're about to do in a second, this pretty much deletes all the images, so you don't get any issues when importing, and you don't get any issues where, you know, some kits might appear in different teams or whatever. So when that is done and you've every folder done and all that has processed, you're going to go back out, exit and quit your copy of PES 2020, exit the application, go back to the main settings, and you're going to go to application, save data management. You're going to go to save data in system storage. This is going to be your edit file, as you see here. We're going to go to delete, and this will obviously let us delete the edit data, which ties everything all together with the images. Go into delete save data. You can leave the system data, but you need to delete the edit data here. So click that and then choose delete. That will delete there through. And once you've that done, you will now have a fresh copy of the game. So you're going to go back into your copy of PES 2020, boot it up as if you're loading it up for the very first time, and you're going to apply the live data update. So this is the latest live data update, just to show you that everything is working correctly and properly. And you're just going to click OK, leave the two boxes ticked, and again apply the latest live data update. It'll ask you to create an edit data, and this will basically just set you up with a fresh install edit data. You've just deleted that one in the application, save data. Now you have it back again, but it's completely blank and completely fresh, and it has the live data update on it as well. So pretty much let that go through its process. It'll take a couple of minutes to do that, and that gives you all the transfers, the new players, all the latest data update that came yesterday, the 3rd of October, on the Thursday live data update. So once that's done, you're going to exit back out of this. You'll see that the live data has been updated. It'll pretty much update your system data as well, and you're going to go back into edit mode. So you're going to pop in your USB. You're going to have your downloaded file there. So V2 will be on your USB. If you don't know how to extract and all that, check out V1 of the option file as I go through and just show you the blank fresh in, you know, that you've not in edit mode here. If you are having trouble getting the file downloaded from the site onto your USB and extracted and all that sort of stuff, check out V1. I'm not going to go back over that because it is already out there. So as you can see here, we've got no leagues, we've got no nothing really. So it's going to be pretty much a fresh install. We're going to go back into import export, and you know, again, it's very similar to V1 now. You know, that's just the new information from having a fresh install. A lot of people asking that question, and we're pretty much just going to import all these teams. You can follow and tick the boxes that I tick here to import this. Pretty much has to be done in 3 steps, and the reason why it has to be done in 3 steps is because with the national teams, with the created players in national teams, they are used in the other leagues, so the created leagues. So everything is created from scratch with the new leagues for V2, which takes an incredible amount of time. So it's been a massive amount of hours gone into this, but pretty much just follow what I'm doing on the screen here. And of course you can follow the instructions as well at the end of the video, but this is pretty much the same as V1. The main important update and the detail to get in from V1 compared to this one is pretty much what I've just covered in the first 3 minutes of the video. So, you know, deleting all the images in edit mode itself, backing out of the game, quitting out of the game, going back to your main settings dashboard on the PS4, deleting the application save data, the actual edit data itself, so that there's no images and there's no edit data to tie anything together. And then you're pretty much going to be fresh installing. So again, you can just, you know, pick and copy what I'm doing here, leaving the boxes unchecked that I leave unchecked, checking the boxes that I check to get everything in, and then it's pretty much just going to be going through the process itself. Again, you can see that there's just a load of new additions to V2. It's a massive update. So this will be the one that everything else is based on. So again, look, if you just follow this, you can't go wrong. I mean, you can see it here working in real time. The only thing I'll have sped up is the actual import process itself, because that does take a couple of minutes, and there's no point us sitting here looking at a blank screen or while it's going through the motions. So Once you have the first batch done, as you see there, and make sure and rewind the video if you haven't got all the boxes just to double check if you're having trouble. We're going to leave all the boxes on the detail settings unchecked. Now this is an important step that a lot of people just kind of leave them boxes ticked. Don't. So pretty much copy exactly as I'm doing in this tutorial. You won't have a problem. So we're just going to speed this up here, as you can see, just as it finishes up there at the end. And now we've installed the first batch. So we're going to go back in here again and rinse and repeat. The same as V1, the same as the V1 tutorial. We're going to be rinsing and repeat. We're not going to import the teams that we've just imported there. We're going to import the ones that we haven't. So the second batch to do is down at the very bottom. You will see, or close to the bottom, you will see that there is the national teams. You're just going to pretty much, I think there's about 30 or 31 of these. So just make sure and import the national teams next, and then go to detail settings, and you're going to click the apply data and squad box, and we're going to import that. So that's going to go through the process. That is the second batch. Now we're on to the final step, which is pretty much the exact same, except that we're ticking the box and ticking more teams. So once that is finished, we're going to have an updated image list. You're going to have all the teams in, all that you've clicked so far, including the national teams that we can build the created leagues on. So from this, again, pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to tick the boxes that you so far haven't ticked. So the first step is to tick the boxes that I tick in the first step, obviously, then the national teams in the second one. Now at the time of importing this, I didn't actually have the MLS loaded up on the USB. That will also be here to import. You will see this on the screen with V2. So you'll need to click that as well. It's near the bottom. You'll see it anyway. So that's pretty much just another step just to keep minding, just to import that. It's just not in the video here because we didn't have it done yet. It was pretty much going to be a last minute addition. But again, that's going to just go through the process, and once this is finished, as we'll see here in a second, you're pretty much going to have every single thing in V2. So the only thing left to do really is to put on the finishing touches and import the competition structures and stuff. Now I've covered that in V1 already. I will cover it again just here slightly. But we're going to go out here once everything is imported, and we're going to save it, and then we're going to get on to importing the competition. So again, pretty similar to V1, pretty much the exact same as importing all your teams first, then you import your competitions. Make sure and tick the correct boxes. If it is a fresh install, that is what we recommend. It just saves that there's no duplicated, players, kits, anything. So as you can see here with the competitions, there is a couple of things to do to it. We're going to import the competition straight up here. Pretty much the same thing. Go into import competition, choose your USB, and then just click on everything. So pretty much just click on every single thing that you see there. And that will get the process started on that when you go to OK and detail settings. So once that is finished, the last step to do before you can play is if you want to put on a couple of like aesthetically pleasing structures in the actual competition structure. Now there's one or two things that you need to do, including going into the competition structures you just saw me there do on screen, and you're going to go down to draw size. So you'll see all the little options there. You're just going to go down to draw size here, and you're going to put them both to 18 and J League to 18. You're going to leave MLS at 20. Unfortunately, you can't increase it to have 24 teams to make it more realistic, but that is just the way that the structure is set up. And from there you will see for the J League, you're going to have that everything is going to be there in the AFC Champions League kits and teams, and also with the J League itself. So just copy and do what I'm doing here. Again, this is just to kind of make it look a little better and have the structure proper and stuff like that. So you can just copy this. You can slow down the video if you want. But that is kind of it. That's everything kind of set up. As I said in this video, I don't have the MLS imported. It will be in your files when you download them from the V2 from the site and stuff. So I haven't it covered in this, but it's pretty much the same thing as with the J1 League here. You're gonna have the MLS, and all the teams are going to be there. You don't need to swap and switch and stuff. It'll be set up properly and perfectly. So it's going to be the same thing. You don't need to touch the MLS. But for the J League and the Bundesliga, you do need to assign the different teams. It's covered in the option file V1 tutorial and in this one with the J League. So that is kind of it, really. I'll leave a small little instructions at the end that is on the site. But I think that kind of covers everything. So yeah, we're going to finish there. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions, get in touch and let us know. But yeah, if you follow this, you shouldn't have any problems. Don't forget to rewind the video and take it as slow as you possibly want. And yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. I will talk to you in a bit. Hope you're enjoying V2, and thanks for supporting. Check it out.